prosper. And finally, we look into one track athlete that has been able to climb the national rankings in less than 3 years of running. These stories and more on this edition of Hilltop News. What's rockin', Rock Nation, and welcome back to another episode of Hilltop News. Live from Studio 1060, I'm Sharika Call.
And I'm Taylor Bedford.
We have an amazing show in store for y'all today, but first Taylor's going to catch you up on everything going on around the Hill. Taylor?
Thank you, Sharika. Rock Hill hosted the academic UIL meet this past Friday and Saturday. We saw one individual first place finisher, Nasa Modi, for spelling. We also saw 8 teams placing top 3 with accounting, calculator applications, number sense, journalism, science, social studies, and spelling placing second. Then computer science rounded it off with a 3rd place finish. We are currently in 2nd place overall for sweepstakes, so pending speech events this upcoming week, we could take home a top place overall as well. This past weekend, Rockettes competed in the American Dance Drill Team Nationals at the UNT. They took home national champion awards in 3 team categories, 2 officer categories, as well as officers overall, elite contemporary, trio, and social officers. They finished 3rd as a team in the large division as well as placing 6th place overall. Freeze dodgeball tickets are now available in My School Bucks for $3. The event will be this Thursday in the arena. If you would like to start a team, you can speak with Miss Mix or scan the QR code in the hallways. A sculpture of our Blue Hawk is being planned by our art club. To celebrate Earth Day, they will be creating the sculpture out of recyclable materials. Art Club is accepting small plastic toys, plastic or glass water bottles, soda cans, knickknacks like buttons and beads, and any construction materials. Please bring donations to rooms 1305 and 1307 in the art hallway. Last week, the executive officers for Student Council were announced for the 2023-2024 school year. Congratulations to the President, Adria Oliveras, Vice President Carly Schmidt, Committee Chairperson Jamal Akame, Secretary Angelina Alcala, and Treasurer Masa Taha.
And Taylor, I think that you forgot to mention that you were also named historian, so congratulations to you and all the officers.
Thank you, Sharika. Voting for SUCO is not finished, as elections for class officers will be taking place at the beginning of next school year.
Runway Fashion House opened their doors to the Prosper community just 3 weeks ago, but the business has already been a dream come true that will continue to evolve throughout the year.
Fashion House has been a dream of the owners for a really long time, and when she moved here, she realized that there was definitely a place for it here, and that this Prosper North Dallas area had been underserved for far too long. So, in the last 3 years, she's really worked on the branding and really worked on all the content and just really curated every single piece that's come into the store. And not only that, but we have our sister brand called XOXO Girlfriend. It's located upstairs currently, but when prom season is over, XOXO will basically take over downstairs. And then around homecoming time, you'll see homecoming dresses start to filter in. And then again, next season, you will see all of the beautiful prom dresses come right back down. So it's an ever revolving door. And we're just excited that we not only offer the formal wear, but we also offer the boutique items that everybody loves.
To keep up with Runway Fashion House, check out their Instagram at Runway Fashion House.
This past weekend, former President Donald Trump returned to Texas to start his first campaign rally of the year. The event was held at the Waco Regional Airport, where thousands of people attended the campaign. Trump is currently 15 percentage points above Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. This past Thursday, a congressional hearing was held on the banning of TikTok. The hearing gave lawmakers the opportunity to directly ask questions to the app's CEO regarding the safety of data in the app. There are currently threats from the Biden administration, including a national ban or forcing them to sell the app.
The art scene has become prevalent in McKinney with pieces such as the 100-foot mural on the McKinney silos, which was finished this past August. Andrea Holmes is one of those artists that has continued to build upon the art scene in McKinney. Ashley Salloway has the story.
Andrea Holmes is an artist who has made her mark by painting murals in the McKinney area. She has become known as the Bird Lady due to her talents in painting hundreds of species of birds and inviting local artists and amateurs to do the same.
I've painted hundreds of birds. I host an event in October called Birdtober, which people from all over the world participate in, and we do a daily bird. I provide the prompt list with a different bird each day, and we all do it together. And last year there was 18,000 posts in the Birdtober hashtag and Instagram, so just creating that community just around birds has been really amazing.
Andrea has painted 20 murals in downtown McKinney since 2020, and she was able to get her start as one of the original artists at the Mill House in McKinney, a business that provides a space for women to collaborate in a creative environment, where she painted her very first mural.
I feel like being able to come here, this is a place to try things out in a really safe environment, so it's okay to fail. So it's a really great place to launch new kind of business lines, which is what she did.
All the businesses have really helped me grow my business. Just the connections that I've had, doing murals for them, painting windows for them. Some of them have carried my art in their shops. So McKinney really was a hot spot for me.
Although Andrea has been able to establish herself as a professional, she is still able to find excitement and peace in the process of creating her pieces, and she believes that everyone can find joy and creativity regardless of age or experience.
I know as a young person, this is the time when you decide that you're creative or not, is actually when you're a teenager. And it's just a stigma that is misplaced because everybody's creative, it's just choices. So if you want to do arts or paint or play in clay, it can be so fulfilling to do it, even if it's not for a job.
Andrea plans on continuing to beautify downtown McKinney, with her most recent project being an 80-foot mural that will be completed in early April. For Hilltop News, I'm Ashley Salloway.
You can see more of Andrea's artwork on her Instagram at Ahomes Art Studio or her website, ahomesartstudio.com. Now, while the majority of sports have come to an end, there are still a few just getting into high gear. Samantha Mitchell's in studio to fill you in on those teams as well as everything else Rock Hill Sports. Samantha?
Thank you, Sharika. Starting off with baseball, they had their Pride of Prosper games this past week. They had a great first game with freshman Josh Fires hitting a home run. Pitcher Hunter Snow pitched 6 innings, having 7 strikeouts and only allowing 3 runs while pitching. Our Blue Hawks ended the game with a win over Prosper with the score reading 5-3 at the end of the game. Unfortunately, the second game could not have the same result, with it seeing Prosper tie the series up 1-1 with a 7-1 win. This now puts baseball 3-1 in districts. Their next game is tomorrow versus Allen at 7:30. Now on to softball, they had a big win versus McKinney High, scoring 13 runs while only giving up 2. Camilla Spriggs went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and Ella Burlage went 2 for 4. Softball had another game Friday where they continued to roll, beating McKinney Boyd 7-5. Track was in action this past Thursday and Saturday. Starting on Thursday, some of our track athletes traveled out to Keller High School for their meet. We saw the boys total 7 medals, 3 gold, 3 silver, and 1 bronze. We also saw the girls see similar success, totaling 7 medals as well, with 2 being gold medals, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. Moving to Saturday, the rest of our girls team traveled to Jesuits for the Jesuits Invitational meet. We saw the girls 4x4 place 5th, Isabella Smith placed 6th in the 300 hurdles, and Kyla Lewis placed 3rd in the 400 meters, setting a new school record. Speaking of Kyla Lewis, she has been able to make quite the name for herself, totaling 10 medals with only 4 meets. Connor Fuxa looks into her success as well as her journey to get to the level she is at today.
Kyla Lewis is fast. How fast? Top 10 in the nation fast. So it's hard to believe she's only been running the 400 meter for a little over 2 years now.
I came from basketball sophomore year and instantly started seeing success. I ran a 57 something in my time trial, which at the time I had no idea what that meant, and saw a lot of success my sophomore season, being so new to the sport. I was district champion in the 400 and ran last leg on the 4x4, and just my times just started like decreasing a lot. And by the time regionals came, I ran a 57.33, I believe, and ended up placing 3rd, which did not push me to state. It takes top 2 from regionals, but I was still 3rd place at regionals, and I had never run the sport before. I had been running for maybe 2 months max. So the fact that I even got that far.
Even though she already saw a ton of success her sophomore year, there was still a lot of technique and training she needed to improve before getting to the state level.
Yeah, so, Kyla came in with a lot of great ability. We just had to refine a lot of technique with her, like learning how to get in blocks and starting blocks properly, learning how to hand off a baton, how to run the 400, because you don't run that flat out the first curve of the race. And that took some time a little bit with her just to figure things out, along with different running form mechanics as well. But she was just a sponge. She soaked up everything we gave her and just used that to enhance her ability.
Getting to have a full off-season before her junior year helped Kyla finally reach the state level, qualifying and placing second in the 4x400 meter relay. She has been able to steadily improve, already cutting 2 seconds off her time this season. But with the high level of competition in 6A, it will still be an uphill battle to go back to state.
It's crazy with our district meet, and I think most people know us in Rock Hill Sports. We're in the SEC, and I'm really, really proud to be a part of such a competitive district in the state of Texas. And inside of our district itself, it's actually the 4 best quarter milers right now in the region are in our district. So you get to see those 4 run against each other throughout, and it's just a way to get pushed later on. And I like that early on too, because you get to experience that pressure early, and you know what it's going to be like.
That high level of competition is nothing new to Kyla, seeing as the top 2 competitors she will be facing are also her teammates outside of school, where she has been to both train and win medals alongside them over this past year at Team Quest.
So club track has been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It showed me the world outside of school track, and school track is competitive, but club track is the best of the best. Like, you see the best of the best if you're running at a high enough level. And kind of like you said, we got to see Junior Olympics, which is nationals for track, so you travel all over the place. So getting to experience that and just running at a high level and not just being the best and cruising through races, it was like just a confidence booster, saying like, I can hang with these really fast nationally ranked kids that are like, have been doing it for so long. Like, I'm finally to this point where I'm like good enough to hang with these girls.
Club track has been able to help Kyla both improve for school track as well as prepare her for the type of running she will do in college, as she plans to continue her career into college at the D1 level. For Hilltop News, I'm Connor Fuxa.
While she has a bright future ahead of her, Kyla's immediate focus is on being able to get back to state this year, specifically being able to make it individually in the open 400 meter. Well, that's all we have for today's show. For Hilltop News, I'm Samantha Mitchell.
I'm Taylor Bedford.
And I'm Sharka Call. Keep rocking, Blue Hawks.